Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley, and today we've got NFL predictions. So let's go ahead. Let's throw up the AFC scoreboard from this past week. You see top left, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Congratulations to them. They get their first win this season. They're now 1-4. Joe Flacco played this game. He looks really good. I think he had the longest run of his career. So big scoring game there. Jacksonville gets it done at home. Sunday night, this was a rain delay game. Steelers and Cowboys. It ends up kicking off over an hour after it was supposed to, and the Cowboys get it done on a game-winning touchdown to Jalen Tolbert. Told you guys about Tolbert. If you guys listened and traded for him on your fantasy teams, then you did well. If not, sucks to be you, I guess. I wasn't able to get him because the guy that has him on the bench, but he's first place, so he's saying that he doesn't want to change up his team right now, which makes perfect sense, but, I want Tolbert, but I guess I'm a little late on that. The Baltimore Ravens, they win against Cincinnati in overtime. It went 38-38. Bengals looked like they were going to win. It was looking like an easy dub, and then all of a sudden, it ends up being a 38-38 game. We go to overtime. And the Bengals, they miss a field goal to win it, or maybe not to win it, but an overtime field goal at least. So the Ravens actually end up getting the ball at a pretty good spot, and they take it down the field. Big play by Derrick Henry. It was like a 50-yard run, and they end up kicking the field goal and winning 41-38. The Ravens are now 3-2. I believe that's 3 straight wins. The Bengals are 1-4. It's not looking good right now. The Broncos, they destroyed the Raiders at home, 34-18. Raiders look so awful. It was fun to watch. I really hate the Raiders so much, so it was great to see them get stomped. 100-yard pick six by Pat Surtain, one of the best, if not the best, corner in the league right now. I said it, top 5 guy for sure. The Texans, they beat the Buffalo Bills 23-20. I think this is it wasn't a game-winning field goal, but it was a field goal late, very late, I believe, and it may have been a winner. I don't know. Brain's all junk and stuff now. This is all 3 days ago, okay? Give me a break. Josh Allen, though, one thing I do know, he went 9 for 30. He missed 21 passes and completed 9. That was under 33% of his throws. It was a bad day for him. He got hit at one point, and it literally looked like he got knocked out, and he went out for a few plays. So I don't know if he's hiding a concussion right now. I don't know. I can't make those accusations, but it didn't look good. It literally looked like he was knocked out, and then he went right back in. So I'm not really certain what to say on that one. The Bills are now 3-2, 2 straight losses, pretty ugly losses. Although this one was a little bit closer, than the Ravens game, but nonetheless, not a great day for Buffalo. Chiefs and Saints. Derek Carr, he's out for a pretty good amount of time now with an oblique injury. That happened towards the end of the game. So the Saints, they have rattled off 3 straight losses. Patrick Mahomes, he's thrown 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions so far this year. He's having a really terrible year, if we're going to be honest, at least for Mahomes standards. Honestly, just any quarterback standards, Mahomes is having an awful year, yet they're still winning, and that's really what matters. Mahomes can turn it around, but they're sitting at a perfect spot. They're 5-0, but they need to win a little bit better than what they're doing. These are all 5 wins, 5 ugly wins, if we're going to be honest. This was the best-looking win that they've had so far. They win 26-13. NFC scores from this past week. The Cardinals, they beat the 49ers. I really didn't expect that. I took the Niners by 7. They end up losing by 1 on a game-losing Brock Purdy interception. I think it was tipped up in the air. He had 2 of those. The Commanders, they blew out the Browns. I took the Commies by 12. They win by, 21 points? So really good day for them. Seahawks, I took them by the largest margin of anybody in the whole entire week over the Giants. I said the Seahawks would win by 17, and they end up losing this game. It really surprised me. It is what it is. They're not the best team in the world. I was believing in them going into this week. I said it. I thought this Seahawks team would be a 6-win team this year, which in the preseason. So it was poorly evaluated by me. But now they've lost 2 straight games, and one of them was to the Giants. The other one was the Detroit Lions. That's a good football team. That was my Super Bowl winner. But Giants, man, I don't even know what to say on that one. Just a bad loss for the Seahawks. In London, the Vikings take down the Jets, and the Jets decide to fire their head coach. That's what happens when you suck, I guess. And I saw a lot of people in the media, a lot of, how do I go about this? I don't want to get political here. We had some people that wanted to blame this firing on Coach Saleh wearing a Lebanese flag on his hoodie. He wore it all of last year, and he sucks at head coach. He got fired because he sucks, not because of where he's from, okay? Just get that through your brain. It was really awful to wake up and look at social media, see that he's fired, and people are saying it's because of his nationality. Listen, the people that fired him are the people that hired him. So shut up, that's the best thing I can say right now. Shut up. They lost. They suck. He had a terrible record as a head coach, and he got fired. So just deal with it and stop trying to play it as a nationality thing, So the Vikings, they win this game. It was an ugly win, if we're going to be honest, 23-17. The Rams, they end up losing at home to the Packers. Tucker Kraft legacy game. The Packers win 24-19 behind 2 Tucker Kraft touchdowns. And the Thursday night game, Kirk Cousins throws for 500 yards. Let's go. They win 36-30. Thrilling game. I was down in Nixa, and we got it up on my phone to listen to back on the drive home. So we got to hear the end of that game. It was a pretty thrilling end to the game. It seemed like it would have been fun to actually sit down and watch, but we were busy, going down to Nixa. So, not a lot to say on that one. Kirk Cousins did pretty well in that game, if we're going to be honest. I think that was the first time that we've had a 500-yard passer in one game since Joe Burrow did it, I think, in 2021. So let's go ahead. Let's get to this week's predictions. AFC scoreboard. Raiders versus Steelers is where I want to start. The Raiders, they are starting a new quarterback this week. Aiden O'Connell obviously has some experience. He started almost all of last year. I just don't think that he gets this one done. Even if Russ somehow gets put into the starting spot, obviously I'm not high on Russ here, but Fields or Russ, I think the Steelers win this game on the road by 10. Titans and Colts, this may be one of the worst games of the week. I must say, those 2 top games on this scoreboard, they're only here because there's literally only 6 AFC teams hosting, and those are the 6 that you see on the screen right now. 14 games this week, 6 AFC hosts, 8 NFC hosts, so 2 games that we won't be talking about that are also pretty bad. But anyways, Titans, they are awful. They may be the worst team in the league, if we're going to be honest. Give me the Colts by 12. Broncos and Chargers. Now, Bo Nix, he's turning around a little bit. I can't say he's looking good because he's not really looking that good. He's looking okay. And obviously it's rookie year, so you shouldn't expect a whole lot with not the best offense. I think he continues to grow. I think this is going to be a big prove-it game against a Chargers team that is somewhat solid this year. They've got a lot to figure out themselves. I think the Broncos get this one done at home by 5 points. Patriots and Texans. Drake May. This is his first start of his career against a Houston Texans team that also played against another rookie earlier on in the season, Caleb Williams, and pressured him 80% of his snaps, 80% of his throws. Drake May has a worse offensive line than what Caleb Williams does, and that's saying something. So this is going to be a really terrible day for the Patriots. This is I don't even know if they're going to score a touchdown, if we're going to be honest. I'll take the Texans by 20 in this game. They've had a little bit of their own offensive struggles, but, Just really, I don't think they even have a chance in this game. Jets versus Bills. Like I said, head coach fired. We'll see if this gives them a little bit more of a fire to, play a little bit better. We'll see if this sends them into an extra hard slump because they already are pretty bad this year. I'm going to take the Bills. They are also looking pretty bad right now. So with that being said, two bad teams playing against each other. Well, I shouldn't even say the Bills are bad because I think they're going to win the division. It's just maybe the worst division in football right now, if we're going to be honest. Just give me the Bills by 3. I don't even know what to predict on that one. I could see that one going either way. AFC game of the week, it has to be the Ravens versus the Commanders. This may be even NFL game of the week. This is going to be so fun. They tried to get this one put into a primetime spot. They wouldn't flex out any other games. I think the Giants are in primetime or something like that, if I saw correctly, instead of this Ravens-Commanders game, which sucks terribly. I think Lamar gets it done. The more experienced running quarterback here. I think the Ravens win by 6. NFC scoreboard. We'll talk about the game that I think will not be close at all. It's got to be Eagles and Browns. Browns are looking terrible this year. I was 50-50 on them. I thought they were going to be okay this year. I took the Browns. I want to say I took them at 9-8 or 10-7, and man, are they going to win another game? If they don't binge watching soon, Deshaun he's so bad this year, and he hasn't looked good since he was in Houston before he requested out. And the Eagles, they don't look that great either this year, but they sure look a lot better. Give me Philadelphia by 16. Giants versus Bengals. I feel like this one's obvious. You guys know that we're not very high on the Giants here at Missouri Sports Talk. Give me the Bengals by 9. Bears and Jags. Now, these are two teams that are, the Jags, they had a really terrible start to the season. They really did. And it honestly did surprise me. I thought they'd be a little better. Now they have Evan Ingram back, and they are coming off a pretty solid win. The defense just looks real bad. I think Caleb Williams will be able to sling it in this game. I'll take the Bears in a really close game by 1 point. Packers versus Cardinals. Both of these teams, like I just said, looking okay, but these are just a little bit higher than Jags and Bears are. Obviously I feel like the Packers are a better team. Jordan Love coming back from MCL sprain, I want to say, 2 weeks ago. He's continuing to improve, I'd say, but I don't know. He's been slinging picks this year so far, so it's not looking great. Kind of reminds me of the college days when he was, just handing free turnovers to the other team back at Utah State. I do think that Green Bay wins this game, though. Give me the Packers by 4. Seahawks and 49ers. This is a Thursday night game. This is going to be a fun one. Geno's also been slinging interceptions so far this year. Brock had a few tipped interceptions. I think that the 49ers win this game in prime time on the road. Give me the 49ers winning in Seattle by 7. NFC game of the week is going to have to be Cowboys and Lions. Nothing more obvious than that. Obviously, this is the one that competes with the Ravens and Commanders as the game of the week as a whole. I think, the Lions are rolling. These are my Super Bowl picks, my Super Bowl guys, my favorites. I think they win this game again. Cowboys, they don't have a run game this year at all. It looks really terrible. And, I don't think the Lions are going to let that change at all. I really don't think that Dowdle or Zeke get, above 70 combined. Like, I'd even put those two together and say that they don't even get 70 together in this game. So, obviously, I'm going to take the Lions by 10 in this one. I feel like that's a pretty good pick here, right? So, that's all we've got for today. Obviously, high school tomorrow. It's a big video, those are the big ones. And also on TikTok, if you guys have TikTok, make sure to go follow. I got like 160,000 views on the little segment with Jackson Cantwell. So that was pretty cool, right? So that's all we've got for today. It's been Missouri Sports Talk. See you next time.